What if I tell you that a puzzle could be more than just a puzzle? You could turn the back of the puzzle into a piece of art. You could put it on the wall, frame it, or even use it to write a secret message. So today I'm going to show you how to turn an ordinary puzzle into a reversible masterpiece. And we are going to do all of that without ruining the original image. Hi guys, my name is Janette and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be doing something more than just solving a puzzle. Last year when I went to the Worlds, I used a 200-piece puzzle to turn it into, well, I'm not necessarily going to say a masterpiece because it doesn't really look like an image, but I managed to get every single piece signed from people I met at the Worlds. And it just gave me the idea because it looks so cool that I can just frame it and put it on the wall and have it as a memory. What if it's not just like signed pieces? What if we actually turn the back of the puzzle into a masterpiece? So for any of you who knows me, you know that I'm not very artistic, at least not with, drawing and stuff like that. I can do DIY stuff, but drawing is not one of them. So I managed to find the guy on Instagram who also collaborated with another Slovenian brand that I had, Puzzli. So I messaged him and I was like, can you please draw something on the back of the puzzle? And he was like, yeah, sure, no problem. So that was, I think if I say a year ago, I'm lying because I think it's more than that. So this puzzle has been in the making for, well, not in the making, this video has been in the making for over a year. The puzzle was done quite quickly. We just never managed to find the time to actually exchange the puzzle back. But here it is now. So for anyone who's been here from the beginning, you should know what this puzzle is. For anyone who's new here, you are gonna have no idea what it is, and trust me, don't go back and search it, because the video is quite bad. It was my first ever video done for the channel. It was this puzzle. I remember from when I was filming that I wasn't able to pronounce the brand of this puzzle, so I'm gonna give it a good try, but it's like a tongue twister for me. So this is a 500-piece wooden puzzle. It doesn't have a title, and the brand is Cross Strategy Products. I did it. So yeah, as I mentioned, it's a wooden puzzle. It's got the back done. It's already done. It's in the box. I have not seen how it looks. I do have the time lapse of him drawing it, so I'm gonna be able to put it in the video after I finish the puzzle. But yeah, I'm just like, I kind of wish I would experiment with the puzzle a little bit, because now, a year later, I'm like, it doesn't really matter what you do as long as you enjoy doing it and it looks good to you, But a year ago when I gave him the puzzle, I was like, no, it needs to be done by someone who knows what they're doing, because I don't know what I'm doing. So yeah, I decided I'm gonna do like a little trick for you. Well, not a trick, but just something to give you ideas of what you can do or what not. So I have a little puzzle for you. So this is a 100-piece puzzle by Recent Toys, and I got this from Carolina, I think 2 years ago at the Worlds. So I kept it and I thought maybe this is like a perfect puzzle to just enjoy and do something in the bag, because it is a small puzzle. I'm not gonna give it to anyone, it's gonna stay with me, so I might as well do something to the bag, because I know that some people really hate it when, I'm not gonna say damage the back of the puzzle, but like even if you write something on it, because I signed my last piece and some people are really bothered by that. I understand that you wouldn't wanna have like, maybe numbers written in the back because it spoils how the puzzle goes. But at the end of the day, you're puzzling the puzzle from the front anyway, so you don't have to look at the back. But regardless of that, I'm gonna use this puzzle just to play around a little bit, because I just think it would be fun. And then I'm gonna try to assemble this puzzle from the back, from the picture that was drawn on the puzzle. So not the original picture, but from the other picture. So first I just need to assemble this puzzle quickly. So the puzzle is complete and it's time now to flip it over. Some puzzles stay together really well, but this one is not staying together that well because I think I've done it a bit too many times. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the foam boards. So just nicely slide it on. Oh, I lost one piece. And then take the second board to just flip it over. And now we have the back of the puzzle. So what do I do now? I don't know. Okay, I feel like I wanna keep the foam board underneath, just in case, you know, something goes through. I don't wanna ruin my table, but I do wanna flip the puzzle to have it the right side up. So what do I do now? Oh my God, this is terrifying. I thought, oh my God, this is gonna be so fun, but now when I'm at it, I'm like, what do I do? So I've got some permanent markers for now. So I've got these two colors that I really like, but they're like the wet ones. So I'm not sure if it would actually leak through if I use them. But I do still have like gold and silver and some other colors. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the black marker just to do some outlines and then just color them in different colors. Now keep in mind that this back of the puzzle is like light bluish / grayish, which means that any color I'm gonna use is gonna change once I put it on. So to avoid doing that, I would have to paint the entire puzzle white to actually get the pieces that I want. I do not have white spray though, otherwise I would just spray it and that would be it. I think I'm gonna have to do another video at some point to do like other stuff as well, like how far you can take it without actually ruining the puzzle. I'm just gonna keep it simple today because this is the same way this puzzle is done as well. So I just wanna stick to the permanent markers today and let's see what I can do. I have done the outline now, and I have to say that this was quite a bit more difficult than I expected because the pieces kept moving. But this puzzle is not like, you know, it's not a proper puzzle, if I can say that, not to be rude to the brand or anything like that, but it's not staying together that well. I know this puzzle stays together really well. It's really annoying to take it apart, so this is definitely easier to draw on. So this would definitely be easier to spray paint, so like just use other stuff on it as opposed to like pencil and Sharpies. But this is what I've got. I have my idea now, so I just want to execute it. So definitely wish me luck because it could just end up being disastrous. So I have drawn and I ran out of space, so I got Janette and her puzzle, which is fine because it's on the puzzle, so it can just be like, you know, specifically for this puzzle. But you see, that's why I didn't want to do the big puzzle like that, because I think I would just ruin it somehow. But yeah, this is how it looks right now. I can show you. So Janette and her puzzle. And now the only thing left for me to do is to just color it in. So I think this is something I can do, so I think this is gonna be fun. This is definitely gonna be the fun part now. Okay, so the two things that I wanna point out is that it's better if the puzzle stays together well because it's a lot easier to work on it. And the other thing, if you have a cardboard background and you pencil what you wanna do in, it's not actually that visible once you start doing it with permanent markers, which means that you don't have to erase anything from the puzzle. So I have finished my puzzle. Look how cute it is. I cannot believe that I actually managed to miss an S out. So it's just Janette and her puzzle because I just have one puzzle and this is the one. No, just kidding. But what I wanted to say, there are two types of art that you want to create on the back of the puzzle. So it's up to you what you want to do. But for instance, for this one that I did, I just wanted it to look pretty and maybe to put it like on the wall or have it displayed somewhere. So it was not about puzzling. But for instance, for this one, when I gave him the puzzle, I specifically said, you have to make sure the lines go through the puzzles, there are connections made, because otherwise it's going to be impossible to puzzle from the back. So this puzzle was done with an intention to actually be able to puzzle it, so you have a double-sided puzzle. When with this one it's just puzzle and then on the back it's got something written on it, which is cute and you can put on the wall, but I don't think I would puzzle this one from the back. I mean, this one is quite small, so I don't think it would be that bad. But if it was any bigger and it had a lot of empty spaces, that would not be okay. So it would be better to draw some lines or something like that to just make it specific to know what goes together, because we don't want single color pieces, right? Okay, so enough about this puzzle. This was just like an extra thing that I wanted to play around with. It's time to move on to the actual star of the show. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit worried because there is not that much color in this puzzle. I opened it, of course. I don't know what the image is, but I saw that the only two colors that had been used had been black and red. It's a 500 piece puzzle, so, you know, it doesn't have that specific shapes as with other brands. So I'm a little bit worried, maybe. I don't know. Like, at the end of the day, I still have the main image to help me in case I get stuck. But I think it's time to just, you know, try to puzzle this puzzle. Oh, I hope it's not gonna be too bad. So yeah, let's just open the puzzle. So I can show you the picture of the original puzzle. So this is what the original puzzle looks like. And like I mentioned, this was the puzzle that was done on my channel, like the first ever video. I'm not sure if it's actually still public because I might have just removed it because it was really bad. But yeah, I thought it was like a special thing to do. Like, how much, like is it 3 years later? I think it's 3 years later to do the same puzzle on the channel again, but this time from the other side. So if I can show you some pieces, you can see from the back, just black and red. So I'm definitely a little bit worried, but you know what? There's only one way to find out how difficult this is gonna be. Wish me luck! When I started flipping the pieces over, I realized it's actually quite annoying to have a double-sided puzzle because automatically I always wanted to do the right side up. So it was kind of like a challenge for me to trick my brain that I actually have to turn the puzzle upside down. When I looked at the puzzle, even when I was flipping the pieces over, I realized there is actually quite a lot of different patterns. So some of them were standing out to me quite a lot, which I did not expect because I thought only 2 colors, but really there is so much more detail in this puzzle than I expected. So this was fun. Honestly, I have no idea if the puzzle is turned in the right direction, but I just assume because these look like birds to me that this is the top section. I have no idea what's on the image. I know he likes to draw like characters and monsters and stuff like that, so I think I saw some eyes somewhere and some arms. So yeah, I'm assuming it's gonna be something on those lines. But this was actually a lot easier than I expected, I have to say, because just knowing there are only 2 colors immediately got me a little bit scared, you know, especially because I did the 300 piece fresh bat wings one, which was only 2 colors, and it was really difficult to know what goes where. But there is just so much detail in this puzzle. I don't even know what to begin with because yeah, red is sticking out the most, so it would feel like quite obvious to start with the red, so I'm probably gonna do that. But there are just so many textures that I think this might actually be easier than doing the puzzle from the right side up. Well, I don't want to jinx it. Oh my god, why did I say that? Yeah, but so far it was not frustrating at all. The fit of the pieces is also nice from the back as well. I'm not having any issues with it. The only thing that I did notice is the, you know, from the front, years back, when I did the video, I said that this puzzle seems starting to fall apart because it's quite an old puzzle. But now doing the back, I thought it was just wood. But I've realized now that it actually also has like an extra layer over the wood, and that started to separate as well. So hopefully this puzzle is gonna survive a little bit longer because it feels like, you know, it's coming towards the end. We have used and abused it for long enough, but I need to do it at least one more time so we can see what the picture is gonna look like. Okay, so it's turning out to be a little bit more difficult as expected. It's just the frame went so easily that I thought maybe the rest is gonna go easy as well. But I had a misfit, so it definitely slowed me down because I was like, I'm missing so many pieces, I've got so much space, what do I do? I had 2 pieces that I didn't know where to put. And then actually one piece fit in on one side but didn't fit on the other side. And this is how it got revealed that I had a misfit, which I was really happy about because I managed to save it and complete some section. I mean, I used majority of the red. There's still some dots, but I'm not sure if they're in the same section or in multiple sections. So I think I'm just gonna continue with the dots. Hopefully I managed to get quite a lot done. I think this puzzle also has an extra difficulty because I don't have an image for it. So I don't really know, like I assembled a few stuff. I don't know where to put them. So yeah, I have to admit those whilst puzzling, I've noticed that it's peeling off quite a bit more than I expected, which is a little bit sad. But it's okay because this puzzle really served its purpose. It was the first puzzle on the channel and now I'm using it for this as well, for the little experiment that hopefully is gonna, you know, help any one of you because I think it's such a great idea. Yeah, you can do an image from the back so you can assemble it like I'm doing it now, but you also can just use it for a memorabilia or something like that. I think for the wedding, I know I'm not engaged yet, but I'm gonna get married one day, okay? Just bear with me. Anyway. I think I would like to do like a puzzle guest list. So you just pick a puzzle, you can even make a custom-made puzzle, take a picture of you and then let people just write messages in the back, maybe do like a extra large pieces or something like that. So I think it's a really cute idea. But anyway, enough talking, it's time to keep going with this puzzle because, you know, I kind of have to finish it so I can show you the whole image. As I mentioned, the frame was really easy to put together, but then it became quite a bit more complicated. Now, because I don't have an image to go with this puzzle, I think it just makes it a little bit more difficult because I have no reference of what I'm looking for or the patterns or what shapes I'm looking for. So it definitely makes it more difficult and it was just hard to know where something goes even after I completed a specific section. So I think there was a point when I used all of the simple stuff and it just slowed down so much. Because at that point for me everything started to look the same. I didn't really see the difference between pieces, so I needed to even resort to shape sorting to help me finish the puzzle. Guys, I managed to finish the puzzle now. This took, well, quite a bit longer than doing it for the first time. So let me show you how it looks. So this is the final result. And this is one of the rare wooden puzzles that you can actually pick up because the way it's done, it's almost like it's got a film over it to the front. Oh yeah, I can show you the puzzle from the front as well for whoever hasn't seen it. Oh, how am I gonna do that? Okay, so this is the front image. I hope everything is placed in correctly. And then, of course, the back. So I have to say that this was a really interesting, I don't even know how to explain, but like, it was very interesting, you know, to assemble this puzzle without knowing the image, without having a lot of colors. I think similar to the bat wings that I was talking about earlier, it kind of works for people who are colorblind as well because it's not based on color but rather textures. I have to say that there were so many different textures. It was really easy to pick stuff out from the puzzle, but at the end I had 3 sections. It was that little cloud, this one, and those, I don't know what they are, it's like bamboo. Those were so similar to each other that it was really difficult for me to see the difference, but everything else it was quite easy to eliminate. Now I have realized that I have been doing the puzzle upside down, but to be fair, I didn't have an image anyway, so besides this little guy, I don't know what his name is, I'm sure he's got a name, everything else doesn't really matter which direction he stands. But I really enjoyed it. I think it looks quite cool. Like I would never have thought to come out with something like that. I would probably just do like swirls and lines, but this is like an actual image. I like the blobs of red. It would be cool to see a little bit more color because it would just make, like just with the last 3 sections that were really difficult for me to differentiate, it would be nice to have like even the dots. I've got red dots in this corner and it's not really nothing special, it's just the red dots, but it helps me know that all of these goes together. So even like green or blue dots or something like that would make it a lot easier. But yeah, I really enjoyed that. This was so fun. Like it feels like I have something really unique that no one has. It's one of a kind. I'm not sure if I'm actually gonna keep the puzzle because, well, I've assembled it twice now and I'm not the one to keep puzzles. So maybe I'm just gonna give it to someone because I think it looks quite cool. Oh, I'm really glad I did it because it was really fun. And I know this is just one of the ways to design the back of your puzzle. Like I mentioned, there are many different ones. You can get signatures, it could be like a guest book, you know, anything like that. Or you can just make it as a picture and actually have a double-sided image. But as I mentioned, be careful. Use different textures, use different colors. Like everything helps so much, especially if you don't have a picture to go with it. So I've really enjoyed putting this puzzle together. I do think I'm gonna want to experiment a little bit more, but I'm not sure if I would want to do that with a cardboard puzzle because it feels like it could easily get ruined. I know this one I mentioned, it's already peeling off, which is a little bit annoying, but still it's a wooden puzzle and I think because of that it's got longer lifetime, if that makes sense. So yeah, here are the 2 puzzles that we've made today. I don't think I can leave this one up maybe. Well, failed, but yeah, Janette and her puzzle, my channel. And of course this other puzzle that you've already seen. And I'm gonna put all of his details in the description box below so you can check him out, give him a like or something. So yeah, this was fun. I have to say, completely different to any puzzles I've ever done before. Absolutely loved it. So I hope you enjoyed the video as well. If you did, please like and subscribe because it helps my channel grow. And of course, I'm gonna see you next time. Bye! Emily.